Hello, John Marquis here, founder and CEO of MyBuilderCPA. Thank you for considering our services for your needs. I just want to spend a few quick moments talking about the onboarding process. For new clients, this is critical, and it's critical in order for your long-term success with both of us, both here at MyBuilderCPA and your business. So I cannot underscore the importance of this process. Starting out, it usually takes 2 months to onboard people. Sometimes it can be a little bit more, sometimes it can be a little bit less. If you think that might be too long for you, we do offer an accelerated time frame. You can add that on when you sign your engagement letter. You can also add on an in-person onboarding at your office, which helps tremendously, especially if you have some paper records and you need help getting into a routine of digitizing everything. When we perform onboarding, just know that your normal deliverables likely won't be available until after the onboarding is over. And in fact, onboarding is kind of a loss leader for our firm here at MyBuilderCPA. That's because we look at our long-term relationship as the most profitable aspect of working together. So we're able and willing to accept a loss leader during the onboarding process, but we just need you to have a little bit of patience knowing that some of the routine deliverables might not be available until after this time. All of us here at the firm will be working on your account during onboarding. It first starts with an assessment where we're just looking at everything. So we always start with the balance sheet, then we look at the profit and loss, and we also consider accounts payable and accounts receivable. We want all of those to be spick and span and clean. We also look at your job software. If you're using one, we want to make sure that the naming convention between your jobs and QuickBooks is consistent. And we also look at all of the other systems and procedures. Once we complete our assessment, that's when we move into implementation, where someone on our team will be trying to standardize your chart of accounts and your cost codes as much as possible. We lean on the NAHB templates for these items, so it's not to try to fit you into a cookie cutter mold, but it's in order to make your financials predictable and consistent and comparable. This comes in handy if you ever want to sell your building business, or it's also handy for us internally when we see a certain type of transaction. We're a lot faster if we book it in the same manner across all of our clients. That's certainly not to say that you don't have any freedom or flexibility to create your own cost codes. By all means, we encourage that, or we encourage ways to get creative with using purchase orders or something similar to bifurcate those unique items on your budget report in your job software. Once we move through the implementation phase, we also have to do a look back, a cleanup. A lot of our clients come in and they only want us to look at things from the day that we started or maybe the current year that we started, but the things on the balance sheet are a cumulative report of your company. So they go back all the way to your inception. So some of them, there's just no getting around it. We have to get them cleaned up, and that might take a little bit longer on our end. Usually we just jump in and take care of it, but we'll reach out as there might be questions. Sometimes we get the question of whether or not you should create a brand new QuickBooks file, if it would be easier just to start from scratch. Honestly, I've never had to do that. I always find a way to salvage the current QuickBooks file in some manner, and it usually has some important knowledge in there that we don't want to give up. So the goal is to get your current QuickBooks file fixed and working, and then move on from there. Meetings during onboarding, they are optional, so don't get overwhelmed. Some clients want to meet every week, and these are working meetings where they watch us fix their books. And that's totally fine. We'd love to have you along for the ride, and we're willing to give away all of our secrets right in front of you. Other clients would rather redirect their time elsewhere and maybe work entirely through email. That's okay as well. We do need responses from you on a reasonable time frame, preferably within 24 hours as we're going through the onboarding, because so much of it is critical and time sensitive. And if we miss one little step, the whole process could be slightly delayed. Even if you're not a fan of meetings, that's totally fine. We do ask that you join at least one onboarding meeting with us because we need to discuss setting up bank feeds and how we will obtain routine documents such as receipts and bank statements. We will need your assistance there, but sometimes we can dial in using a Zoom meeting. Usually we prefer Google Meet, but this is one situation where Zoom is better because we can actually take control of your screen and you can log into your bank account. The last thing that we want is your username and password for that. And we can take control of the screen, pull our own statements, pull the bank activity as you simply just sit there and watch. We try to make it as convenient as possible. One of our values is that we do not add work to our clients. We try to take on as much as possible. So ideally, over the course of 2 months, we'll get you fully onboarded. We have a routine process. We have standard milestones that have to be accomplished, but we always have to get creative as far as how we actually do that. If you have any questions, my calendar is always open, so please ask about onboarding before you sign your engagement letter, and I hope you have a great day.